Good morning, friends. The making of the Constitution of India यूनिट 4 फीचर्स ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पार्ट 3 में दिए गए महत्वपूर्ण प्रश्नों को हम आज आसानी से समझेंगे. Write a short note on balance between of rigidity and flexibility. In some countries, the constitution is so rigid that amendments are nearly impossible, while in others it is so flexible that frequent changes alter its very essence. The Constitution of India strikes a balance between rigidity and flexibility. Article 368 of the Constitution provides the procedure for constitutional amendments. These amendments can be made in two ways: by special majority in Parliament. Certain amendments can be passed in each House of Parliament by a special majority, that is, by the support of not less than 2/3 of the members present and voting, provided this majority constitutes more than half of the total membership of that House. By special majority and ratification by states. For some amendments, in addition to the special majority of Parliament, ratification by at least half of the state legislature is required. This applies particularly to amendments affecting the federal structure or union-state relations. Thus, the Constitution provides a clear procedure for amendments, but this does not mean that any and every part of the Constitution can be altered. In the landmark Keshav Nanda Bharti case 1973, the Supreme Court held that while constitutional amendments are permissible, the basic structure of the Constitution cannot be altered. Write a short note on consideration of diverse sources. In the second unit of this book, a detailed discussion was presented on the various sources that influence the framing of the Indian Constitution. The framework of Indian federalism was shaped by the Government of India Act 1935, which provided the broad outline of the Constitution. From British political traditions, the model of parliamentary democracy was adopted. The Constituent Assembly of India closely studied the constitutions of several other countries, inspired by the American Constitution. Provisions relating to fundamental rights and independent judiciary and judicial review were incorporated. The directive principles of state policy were influenced by the Irish Constitution. Additionally, several features of the Indian Constitution were borrowed from the constitutions of Russia, France, Canada, Japan, Ireland, and South Africa. Even while determining technical provisions, comparative analysis of multiple constitutions were undertaken. Every provision was finalized through the parliamentary debates and after a comprehensive evaluation of what would be most suitable to India's social political realities, how these provisions would function in practice, and what long-term impact they would have. Write a short note on parliamentary democracy. The Constituent Assembly of India adopted the system of parliamentary democracy, which emphasizes cooperation and coordination between the executive and the legislature. This model is popularly known as the Westminster system, developed in Britain. The name derives from Westminster, where the British Parliament met as early as the 13th century. In this system, the executive is collectively responsible to the legislature. The principles of parliamentary sovereignty and collective responsibility of the cabinet are central. The head of state and the head of government are distinct. The system encourages multi-party politics and emphasizes collective leadership. The Indian Constitution adopted this very model of parliamentary democracy. Unlike the presidential system of the United States, India followed the British parliamentary pattern. Consequently, the offices of President and Prime Minister were created. The President serves as the nominal head of state, while the Prime Minister functions as the executive head of government. Similarly, the Constitution provided for a bicameral legislature at the union level, consisting of the Lok Sabha, House of the People, and the Rajya Sabha, Council of States. A similar arrangement was created at the state level with the offices of governor, nominal head, the chief minister, executive head, and at the union level, the Lok Sabha can be dissolved and it consists of directly elected representatives of the people, further strengthening the representative character of Indian democracy. Since no country can practice direct democracy in its entirety, India adopted the model of indirect representative parliamentary democracy. This remains one of the most significant features of the Indian Constitution. Thank you friends for watching.